Good morning once again, and welcome to the Haven Financial Group radio show. If anything's resonating with you today, feel free to give us a call at 612-504-8400. Or maybe today's not the right day for you to call. Call us this week. Call us next week. Call us whenever you are available to come in and visit. Or visit us online. Check out all our classes, havenfinancialgroup.com. Whole variety of educational classes, and they're truly educational, Kim. I know within the industry and many that are listening, there's people that are scared to go to a financial services office because guess what they're going to try to do? They're going to try to sell you something. Oh, they're going to try to sell you something, and you're going to go with your significant other, and you're going to promise before you go into the office that you're not going to make any decisions. Well, guess what? You shouldn't make any decisions until you have all the information, until you're comfortable with those that you're sitting down with. Because let's face it, again, we are in the trust business.
Mhm.
People entrust us with being a partner, helping them along the line of planning for retirement. So come on in. Our job isn't to sell you anything. It's to first visit with you and find out your specific situation. And guess what? We like to have as much fun as possible. Anybody listening that have been in, we like good cookies and good coffee. And by the way, if you know any, and there's quite a few Haven clients, my wife is the office manager. She loves to plan events. And you may have heard of our Haven Financial Group client appreciation events. They're really, really fun. And you may want to attend them someday, and we'd love to have you.
Absolutely. Again, the number is 612-504-8400. Larry and I have been talking today about readiness when it comes to retirement and kind of posing a bunch of different kinds of questions in an effort for you to think through as to whether you're prepared to retire. We want to talk about timelines that are so important during the course of your life as you prepare to retire. I think a lot of people like to, you get past 30 and you like to stop celebrating birthdays. Maybe you just sort of act like they don't happen, but they're very important when it comes to preparing for retirement, because at different ages, benefits kick in for you, or the possibility of penalty kicks in. So let's talk about some of these landmark, birthdays that need to be circled on your calendar, Larry, starting with 49 and under. Are there any birthdays at that point that people need to be aware of?
Well, you mentioned 49 and under, and I know where they put 49 because there's another timeline at age 50. But what I'm going to say is anybody that's listening that might be working, getting a paycheck, out of college, whatever age you are, it's never too early. And I know you've been preached that for many years, but start saving early. Take advantage of compound returns and tax advantage savings types of accounts, especially if you don't have a pension, because then you need to build up even more. So I can't encourage enough. Even to start a little bit, and if you're younger, and I hear this from younger generation, well, I'm not putting in my 401k. I just can't do it. There's not enough. Well, start with a low percentage and build on it. Out of sight, out of mind, you might surprise yourself. And then we build up to the age 50. Now, maybe the kids are out of the house. Now you might be a higher income earner. Now the government says, hey, we're going to allow you to catch up. We know, and they're not really thinking this, we know that those kids have been really, really expensive, and now they're out of the house maybe, and now you have a little extra. How about saving it for retirement? Take advantage of those catch-up contributions independently, $8,000 a month individually. Actually, I think it's going up again. And then those 401ks that allow you, because of the age 50, to put more into those programs, which can be very, very beneficial for retirement.
Great. So our first real landmark is after 50, 55. What happens then?
Well, now you can take penalty-free 401k withdrawals. I'm a little careful, and let's be cautious as we talk about this one, because I'm not sure you want to be drawing anything out of your retirement dollars at age 55. But I do understand circumstances, so they say, okay, you can start taking some out penalty-free. The next age, I think, is a very big one, and it's one we're very cognitive of because of those that we're working with that are getting close to retirement, and that's age 59 and a half. And I want to focus on that just for a minute because the early withdrawal penalty on IRA distribution ends. We're not going to encourage people to take distributions. Okay, that's probably too early. But we do a lot of 401k rollovers. Whether you're still working or you're retired, rollovers, we do a lot of them. The 401k is a great tool for saving. Employer plans, they're matching maybe, and you built a lot of money in those 401ks. A lot of folks have. But the federal government also says at 59 and a half, even if you're still working, and you can do an in-service 59 and a half rollover. Even if you're still working, why would you maybe want to do this? Well, maybe you don't want all of your retirement in the 401k exposed to market conditions. Maybe the market's high and you say, well, why don't I take a chunk of it out and move it into something that doesn't have the risk exposure, exploring all options. The government allows you to do this in 99% of the plans without any tax implications, without any penalties. It's a simple rollover. We do hundreds, if not thousands of them a year. Or maybe you bounced around to different jobs, maybe you're a consultant, whatever it might be. And you have all these orphan 401ks, these 401ks that you're not even at that work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's out of sight, out of mind. I just had somebody this past week, between the two of them, husband and wife, they had 6 orphan 401ks, no longer there. So they got all these accounts spread out. We consolidated them into each one IRA. Now, it could be 2. In their case, we just did 1 for good reason. So a lot of simplification, clean up an ILA, consolidation. So the 59 and a half rollover, 401k rollovers are a big part of retirement strategy, and I can't stress it enough.
Then we hit 62, and that, of course, is the green light for a lot of people, as you've already said, to start drawing their Social Security.
Yeah, here's where the conversation, do I take it early at 62? And if so, why? Do I wait till full retirement age, which is based on your birthday, which for many, it could be up anywhere from 65 to 66 in some months, or 67, depending on age. That's what we want to have the conversation. What variables go into that? Are you still working? Is your spouse still working? Do you need the money? Your life expectancy, a whole bunch of variables should go into that decision, not just, I'm just going to sock it to the government and turn it on at 62 and there. Well, I just thought everybody turned it on at 62. Those are not the right motivations. We want to dig deeper into, is that the right decision for you? If so, why or why not? And oftentimes people come in and they got their ideas, and then we have a conversation, and it'll go something like this. Wow, sure, I'm glad we came in and had a conversation with you, because what I thought was a really good idea really wouldn't have benefited me, because I'm going to continue to work. They would have withheld out of it. It would have caused more tax ramifications. That's what happens when you have a detailed conversation and you know your specific facts about what's going on in your individual or your family life. That's what we want to get down to.
Sure, absolutely. Now, at 66, 67, you mentioned this just a moment ago. It's just sort of based on the date of your birthday. That then becomes a time when you maybe want to, think even more fully about your Social Security, right?
Yeah, well, your full retirement age, yes, based upon your birthday, when you were born. It's when, if you turn it on, you'll get the full amount, not reduced, not delayed credits. You get the full amount.
Okay.
You wait beyond your full retirement age, 66 to 70, Social Security grows by 8% plus of any applicable cost of living adjustment. So one can see some very big increases by waiting longer. So oftentimes for a couple, the lighter breadwinner may turn it on earlier. The higher breadwinner will wait as long as possible. Again, 70 is the latest that you're going to wait. So again, that's the whole idea behind that conversation.
Okay. And when you hit 70, if you don't start to draw it, are there penalties associated with that? What happens?
No, there's no penalties, but you'd be silly not to, because
you're
it doesn't
just losing it.
It doesn't grow beyond that unless you're still working, but it doesn't grow the 8%. It stops growing.
Okay. Now, there are penalties associated with some of your retirement savings when you hit, 71, 72?
Well, these numbers have been all over, and people still are surprised when I tell them the required minimum distribution. When the federal government says, you know what, we've been patient for years, you've been socking all that pre tax away into your 401k or IRAs. We want the tax revenues, and you need to start drawing. Yes, but I don't want the money. Okay, you're still going to take it because there are penalties,
Yeah.
and you probably don't want to start going back and forth with the IRS. So for years, the age was 70 and a half. A few years ago, it went to 72. The last couple of years, it's 73. And in 6 years, if they don't change the laws, it goes to age 75. It's really why we want to do forward thinking tax planning. We're very proactive at Haven Financial Group with Lance and Melissa, our CPAs, to minimize the potential downfall, the tax downfall later. So it's why we have Roth conversion discussions in your 60s, to try to minimize and reduce that amount for taxes later on. And let's face it, there's a lot of the baby boomers and others have really done a good job saving. And all of a sudden, let's just say you have $1 million at age 73 or whatever your age is. And now you have to start drawing 40 grand a year or more a year out of that account.
Mm-hmm.
That goes to income. Put that your other income, and all of a sudden, wow, we pay more taxes and make more money now than we did when we were working. Great American problem to have. Problem is it can lead to more taxes. So that
Sure.
RMD age, I know folks have been told all their life to put it in pre-tax, put it in pre-tax. Yes, but maybe you want to sprinkle a little bit of, if you're still contributing, maybe Roth in the 401k might be a good idea. I'm not saying for everybody out there to start to jump on that bandwagon, but have the conversation. So again, minimize taxes as much as possible. But it comes right back to, guess what? A lot of folks don't even having a tax conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, they're not even having the discussion. And we're a big advocate for tax planning leads to successful tax preparation.
Well, we've thrown a lot of dates, a lot of ages, and a lot of information at our listeners this morning, and it can be somewhat confusing. Give the folks at Haven Financial Group a call. Go in and sit down, walk through these dates and these ages and how they pertain to you. The number is 612-504-8400. 612-504-8400. Give the folks at Haven Financial Group a call today, tomorrow, later next week. Maybe it's a couple of weeks, maybe it's a couple months when you're ready to sit down and find out about your retirement preparedness. But give them a call, let them know that you heard us here on the radio. When we come back, we're going to talk more about costs and budgets and how crucial they are to the retirement picture. This is the Haven Financial Group Radio Show.